Hey Rebels, I'm sitting in my driveway in the car because Laura and I are packing for trips we're taking and we want to spend our day with the kids. So I'm taking a break out. I wanted to talk to you, send out this newsletter, and I am going to tackle a a horribly awkward subject right now. And I don't want to, but I feel like I'm being forced to. And here's what I'm going to say at the very end of this. You don't get to have everything. You have to choose. You do. You have to choose. We're in the freest country in the world, and you don't get to have everything. What am I talking about? Well, there's a kid in Texas named Mac Biggs who was born a girl, and a year and a half ago, in his freshman year in high school, she. It's again. I'm so sorry. This is so awkward, and so I'm going to stumble through this. I have friends that are trans. I have friends that are gay. I have friends that are curious. I have straight and Christian friends, and anytime I talk about this, somebody's going to be offended, and so please hear my heart. This is because I care and I love people, and I care and I love kids, so I'm going to try to talk about it. This kid in Texas that was born a girl decided that she wants to be a boy, and the parents are agreeing with it, so they started giving her testosterone a year and a half ago, and I think she was born Mackenzie and now goes by Mac Beggs. And Mackenzie was a wrestler on the girls wrestling team, and the rules state that you wrestle the division whichever your birth certificate says. So if you were born a girl, you wrestle girls. If you were born a boy, you wrestle boys. I think this is to stop girls wrestling on boys' teams, and I'm okay with that. I'm sorry, I'm okay with it. I don't think girls ought to wrestle boys. I don't think boys ought to wrestle girls. I think that's a bad idea. And once again, you don't get everything. We have so much freedom, but if your school doesn't have a girls' wrestling program, well, then either you get to change schools or you choose something else. But you just don't get everything. But because the rule states that, this little girl that's been on testosterone for a year and a half has to wrestle girls. But after a year and a half of testosterone, she cleared the division out and won. And parents are in an uproar. And I get this. I get it. But the news is reporting it wrong, and it's incorrect to state it that way. It says Mac Beggs forced to wrestle girls. It's not true. Nobody twisted that little kid's arm and said, you have to wrestle and you have to wrestle girls. It's a choice. It's a choice he made. It's a choice his parents made. They knew the consequences. They knew the controversy. They knew how unfair it is. He wants to wrestle on the boys' team. That's just not available. So you either leave Texas because that's the rules, or you don't wrestle. You just don't get to have everything. But it wasn't fair to any of those little girls that wrestle that you beat all of them. It wasn't fair to you either. So you don't get to have everything. Why else am I talking about it? Because Disney's got a movie coming out next Friday, Beauty and the Beast. My kids would love to see Beauty and the Beast. Lucy likes to dance and she likes to sing, and Lincoln loves musicals and he's a great singer, and they love those things and they've seen the cartoon. But we're not going to get to see that because there's openly gay content in this. And to my friends that are gay and trans, it doesn't mean I don't like you or love you or care about you or care about the things that you care about. It's just that I don't want to talk about that stuff with my 5-year-old. It's inappropriate. The stuff we talk about with my 5-year-old and my 10-year-old is very, very age appropriate. And gender transitions and homosexuality isn't one of the things we're choosing to talk to my kids about. So guess what? I don't get to have everything either. I don't get to have this movie, and I don't get to go see it with my kids unless VidAngel, please, Lord, unless VidAngel wins their lawsuit, which I pray and hope that they do, and I hope you do as well. Then someday we'll get to see it on our own screen at home because we can edit that content out. But I, too, don't get to have everything. And so as a parent, I'm going to choose to not see that movie with my kids. Are we going to miss out? Yep, we are going to miss out. Will they be sad? Probably. But we're going to not see it because it's time to keep our kids younger longer. It's time to keep them younger longer. The earlier you have to start talking about sex with your kids, the harder it's going to be for them. So let's do it with age appropriateness. Let's protect them. People are like, oh, you're sheltering your kids. You're darn right I am. I'm sheltering my kids, and you should too. We love you guys. Just thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing this with friends. We appreciate you. God bless. Hey, one last thing. I forgot to say, I'm including down below this video a link to the American Family Association's piece on Disney. I think they've done it well. I'm not a big fan of boycotts and things like that. I think this is a little bit gentler. It's a little bit nicer, but I hope you'll check it out, and it's right below. Again, God bless.